All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Saturday morning edition of Q&A / AMA / all the other questions and answers that we can think of. Happy to chat anything business, marketing, and just check in, see how you're doing, and whereabouts you're tuning in from this fine fall morning. So, Leaf, good morning. Good to see ya. Also, let me know if you can hear me. We've had technical difficulties in the past, but I think we've resolved them all. Got the mic set up properly now. So Sterling, hey, good morning. Good to see you here. All right, very cool stuff to talk about today. There's been a couple interesting developments going on in the world of social media, mainly about Twitter and Elon Musk's acquisition of what this means for the future of marketing and the future of business in general. I don't think there's too much that we need to discuss on that one other than it looks like we're going ahead here. And the idea behind it, at least from Elon's perspective, is to sort of create an open forum for people of different political and social and economic viewpoints to have like one centralized area for discussion. But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out long term when it comes to ads, and one group always seems to become slightly more vocal. Anyway, so Justin, hey, my man, good to see you. Good morning. And hey, Sterling, hear me all the way in Utah. Excellent. Those are loud speakers. I'm just like way up the coast though, so we're only a couple 100 miles away. All right, Void. Hey, good to see ya. Glad you could make it here. Oh, I think I just figured out a trick. I can click on the comments without having to click away from them. It's gonna save some time. Sandeep, good morning, my friend. I like that spiffy green jacket. That's sweet. I was thinking about incorporating more colorful jackets into the wardrobe or whatever you call it. David, greetings from Mexico. Hola, David. ¿Qué tal, amigo? What do I say? Buenos dias. And Blake, hey, can you talk about what platform you think has more benefits, YouTube or Instagram, for growing your business if picking only one? Oh man, I'd love to. This is a great question. Let's dive right in. First, we'll say hi to Raheem real quick, and then we'll double back. So, hey, Raheem, good to see you, and just completed the first playlist. Excellent. Many more to go on the channel, my friend. Grab a coffee or tea and some water, and we'll go from there. Tilk, hello from London. Good day, my good friend. Good to see you. Veronica, good morning from Memphis. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, Memphis. I've never been to Memphis. I've spent a decent amount of time in Nashville, though. I've got friends that live down there and did a couple conferences there. So that's a cool city, but never in Memphis. So fascinating stuff. Architectural Sheet Metal, good to see you. James, hello from Nigeria. Man, I'm loving this. We got such a cool international audience. It was amazing. Last week, we had people from everywhere, all over the world. We spanned the whole globe. Barrie, Ontario, representing... I don't know, does Ontario call themselves East Coast? Probably not. It's like Central Canada. Hello from Pakistan. Excellent. Very cool. Sam from Palestine. Oh man, we do have quite an audience. And Yunus, good evening from Mumbai. Good evening. And oh man, you're rocking that colored shirt. That is awesome. That is a very happy shirt, Yunus. That's fantastic. And Kazu, hello from the other side of the world. Hello, Kazu. Japan, right? Am I remembering correct? And Daniel, Fresno. Excellent. I don't think I've spent a lot of time in Fresno. I think I've like driven around and been all around the area, but never into the town of Fresno itself. Manchester. Awesome. I've got friends in Manchester. That's like when people know people from Canada and they're like, hey, do you know Steve from Canada? I was like, oh yeah, Steve. Good guy, Steve. Okay, so we've got some good questions here, and I want to dive right in to this one because it's a fun way to start, because I think this is kind of like a layup question. This is such an easy one to answer, and I feel so strongly about it that it's not even funny. So, are we ready? Let's rock and roll. What's better, YouTube or Instagram? Hands down, without a doubt, YouTube. Now, I'm not saying that because I'm biased. Honestly, like I'll go wherever the attention is. I'll go wherever I'm best able to serve people. But if you take a look at consumer behavior, you take a look at the population that's adopting different platforms and their usage. If you take a look at the algorithms behind them, you take a look at the ownership and the business structure and the plans. It's like everything points towards YouTube. Now, there's basically, in my opinion, there's YouTube and there's like everything else. Now, of everything else, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of those, there's some that are better than others. So about a year or so ago, Facebook and Instagram were still decent contenders. They're struggling right now, and I'm sad to say. But like, unless you're running, say, Facebook lead gen ads through instant forms, which are fantastic, go there. Instagram is just hurting. Like, I don't know. They just cannot figure it out. I don't know what it is, but like, if you look at the exodus of people from Instagram and from Facebook, if you look at Meta's stock valuation, just like plummeting, all of these are indicators that it's not in a very strong position. TikTok, I mean, they've been talking about banning that bad boy forever. I don't know if it'll happen or not. Irrelevant to me. What is relevant to me, though, is that if you look at short form vertical video through TikTok or through YouTube, again, YouTube's just dominating. Not only now, but they're going to be sort of updating and enhancing their partner program, which means that creators are going to start getting compensated for the ads that are run. And if you look at TikTok, it's nothing. And then you look at YouTube and they're going to make a ton of money. You can expect to see a lot of people coming over. So if you're using Instagram and you're getting great results, sure, stick with it. But add YouTube to your repertoire. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Abdallah. Hello, Adam. Currently running an ad, but I'm not getting much leads from it. Let me see if I can zoom that to the right side. It's a local ad with a PDF as lead magnet. Can you troubleshoot some causes of its poor performance without seeing the ad? It's going to be very tricky for me, but let me tell you what normally happens with ads. Wrong offer, wrong place, wrong message. Like normally it's the offer that you're putting in front of people that's causing the ad to suffer rather than the ad itself. So you're probably, most people, not picking you out here, but most people will put an offer in front of people that they're just not interested in. So they'll be like, hey, download this free thing. And everyone's like, nah, I'm good. So you need to make it better, make it more interesting, make it more irresistible. If you're doing local targeting, then it should probably be hyper local. So everybody knows this is what it is. This is what it's for. Rarely is a bad ad the case of using like advantage budget optimization or campaign budget optimization or setting up random split tests with different ad sets or budget allocations in wrong ways. Like it's rarely the mechanics of it. And it's almost always today, the creative side of it. In the past, it was like always the mechanics of it. Setting up an ad was a bloody disaster back in the day. 10 years ago, Facebook ads, we used Power Editor and don't miss those days. Anybody running ads 10 years ago? Shout out to the OGs using Power Editor. West Coast, correct. Okay, Ubani, Danvers, good to see you. Good to see you too, my friend. And yes, from Japan. Excellent, my friend. Where? Which part? Tokyo? I'm assuming pretty much the population hub, but where? Let me know. Would love any advice for international moving company. Broad question. What kind of advice? Like do marketing or like something specific, like how client acquisition in this type of area? The big thing is, I can give you sort of generic advice without knowing the specifics. The big thing is you've got to find out if you're an international moving company. So people are thinking of moving internationally. I don't know whether you help them get there or help them arrive or however that works, but you've got to find out where they're going for information and you need to appear in front of them there. So is it through tour groups or travel guides? Is it through embassies? Is it through Department of Tourism and Immigration? Is it by running search ads that appeal to people that are typing in like how to move to wherever? That's the way to get in front of people there. Clothes hanger, hello, good to see you. Colorado Springs, I got friends in Colorado Springs. Again, it's like the whole thing. It's like, oh, do you know Cody from Colorado Springs? Cody's a good guy. Say hi. Sandeep, every single content super valuable. Hey, my pleasure. I'm glad you're finding it useful. Thank you, my friend. Dallas, excellent. That's right. I remember. I'm starting to remember. I'm starting to connect the dots here. It's fantastic. We're lining up names and faces and places. Greg Boone, good morning from Kansas. Morning. I spent a lot of time in Wichita. Texas Roadhouse Grill. I know they're everywhere, but I ate there like every night till my doctor's like, you should eat less. All Texas Roadhouse Grill, but those like little white buns with the cinnamon butter on them, that's basically dessert. Power. Adam, if you were the head of marketing for a 15 million B2B SaaS company, that is very specific. Good stuff. What marketing roles would you hire first, second, third? Okay, so I'm head of marketing for a 15 million B2B SaaS company. What marketing roles would I hire first? So this is really going to depend on the goals of the company. I'm going to give you the bad answer first, the broad one, and then I'll tell you specifically. I'll just make some assumptions here. But it's really going to depend on the goals of the company and like what we've done up to this point. So we're at 15 mil. So obviously we've made sales. We have monthly retention numbers. We're B2B. We're SaaS. The biggest driver for this is probably going to be some kind of direct sales, inbound sales, whatever the funnel is that we're using to acquire enterprise level customers. So I would probably look at that. The other thing I would look at is like, well, who on my team is doing what and where are the gaps? Like, where are we missing pieces that we could, that are basically causing the bottlenecks in the business. So I talk about this a lot, but it's theory of constraints, right? It's like if you think of a business, you think of marketing and you think of it as a chain or even as a funnel or a pipe, there's always a weak link in a chain or an area of the pipe that's a bit squeezed. So maybe our sales team is just overbooked and we can't take the number of calls, then I hire sales. Maybe we've got tons of amazing salespeople and they're sitting there like twiddling their thumbs with nothing to do all day. Well, then I need to increase lead flow. So I'm probably going to look for some kind of marketing in regards to traffic, paid traffic acquisition. Like if you want those things now, I'm probably going paid through Google ads or Facebook ads. The no-brainer answer that I think everyone should do here is some kind of content around video. So whatever I can do to create a whole lot more video content and then obviously distribute that across different social media platforms, that's going to be my main one. All right, Raheem, Adam, I'm marketing a fast food restaurant. What Facebook ad campaign should I run the most? Okay, so in regards to objectives for fast food restaurant, I'm going to assume it's local as well. If you're running like an international campaign, then this is going to depend. So we can come back and talk about this later. But if you're running like paid traffic for one local fast food restaurant, I'm probably running, I'd probably run, let's see, what would be the best? Probably video view ads would be my biggest one. I might run like a traffic or engagement ad as well. And the reason that I'm going to run these different campaigns is because if I'm targeting a smaller area, my goal, rarely is this the case, but my goal here is like literally just put my message in front of as many people as possible with some kind of a good offer. Buy one, get one free, 2 hamburgers for $5, whatever it is. Click here to collect it now. Use this code, sign up today, whatever it is. I'm basically taking those junk mail flyers that we get in the mail and I'm turning that into like a Facebook ad and I'm blasting it out to everyone. Obviously keeping it context specific and not just having too much text and all that, but yeah, I mean, I love me some local ads. They're fantastic. You target a small area, you just get a huge amount of reach. What changes do I expect on Twitter given new owner? Oh, excellent. I don't know if you're here right at the beginning, Sam, when I sort of like dropped the seed about this one, but yes, we're talking about Elon Musk and his acquisition of Twitter. So Elon said that he wants to do this to have sort of like a neutral zone where people can have different opinions and different viewpoints. I think that's hugely important. So I don't talk politics or religion or anything like politically incorrect or like that on the channel here. For obvious reasons. One, I'm not qualified to do that. And second of all, opinions, who knows, right? They change and whatever it is, but it's important to hear different people's opinions and ideas. And in fact, it's been said, I forget which amazing philosopher said this, but like the sign of an intelligent person is to be able to hold 2 contradictory ideas in your mind at the same time and not go crazy, which is basically what business is. Like, should I scale? Should I save? Should I hire? Should I downsize? All these things. So in regards to changes to Twitter, I don't see anything happening anytime soon. I think all of these things are going to be relatively slow. They might do some algorithm stuff, but like it's going to be hard to do. We might see less bans. I don't know. It's going to be hard to say. I think what's really going to be interesting though is where we're at in like 6 or 12 months once the culture has sort of established itself. And then we're going to start to see, all right, are certain ads getting more priority? Are certain groups becoming slightly more vocal? Is the algorithm favoring one over another? So as of right now, I don't think a whole heck of a lot. Good morning from the armpit of the South. Oh, that's fantastic. Miami. That's a funny saying, but armpit of the South only because it's so hot there, right? Not right now, but like the humidity, the heat. That's fantastic though. I like that. Okay, let's see. Good morning in India. It's night here. Yes, exactly. Fantastic. Hey, pronto, Bangladesh. Excellent. Good to see you here. Let's see. What have we got? Daniel, hey Adam, what is the best platform for promoting pianos? Ooh, no one has ever asked me that before. Of all of these years, no one's ever said, Adam, help me sell pianos. What is the best platform for promoting pianos? So again, let me tell you my thought process first of what I do anytime that I come across something like this, where I don't have like an immediate answer off the top of my head because I've never sold a piano before. Full disclosure, never sold pianos. What I do is, first of all, I try to figure out what are the details behind the piano that I'm selling. So obviously I need to know the price point. I need to know the make and the model and who uses it. Are they beginners? Are they intermediate? Are they advanced? Is this concert pianos? Am I selling to symphony halls? Am I selling to teachers? Like, I need to know all of the details around my piano, because then I can figure out who is my target market. If it's for beginners, well, am I selling like a kid's piano? Am I selling to the parent who's going to be buying this for them to learn or for their kid to learn? Am I selling to a teacher who's going to use it in the studio? And then once I figure that out, then I can figure out which platform is going to be best for the piano that I'm trying to sell. So that was the long answer. The short answer, though, is actually really simple. I look where other people are selling pianos, I look where my market is, and then I put myself in front of them. So here's the deal. Whether we're talking about selling pianos or socks or water bottles or consulting services, it's all just stuff. And stuff is bought by people. So I've got to find out where the people are. And then, I don't know, I'd probably look for something where I'd be able to showcase the benefits of this product. So I'd be probably running YouTube ads showing the piano. That would be amazing. I'd probably run TikTok ads, provided that I could get in front of my market that way. You can always do split tests there. Instagram, Facebook ads, those would work fine. I'd probably avoid, like I always avoid anyway, Twitter and LinkedIn ads. They're just not incredibly effective. But yeah, hopefully that helps. I think you've got a cool thing, like when you have musical instruments or art or something like visually appealing or orally appealing, auditorily appealing, you're able to like leverage all of media to its full extent to like really show why this is cool. Hannah, oh, that's all right. You missed some stuff, but you can go back and catch it in the beginning. So I'm glad you're here now. Okay, so Adam, I have considered your digital program after my graduation, but I still have some question. Okay, well, the best thing to do is just check out the sales page for that, and you're going to find pretty much everything that I or anyone on my team is going to be able to tell you. Similar question. Kanoe? I'm going to mess up that pronunciation. I apologize in advance. Does it come with a certificate? Interesting concept. It sort of does. It's like, not yet. I had one on there, then we took it off. I'm thinking about putting one back on, basically a certificate of completion. I probably will do that just to show that someone's gone through it. Only because obviously I'm biased here, but I believe it's a good, solid representation of things that you need to know. So I would like people to be able to say that they've gone through it. Okay, let's see. How do I get rid of that thing? There we go. Clayton says, I'm a web developer just starting out. What can I do to get my next couple of clients? Okay, my friend. Well, how many clients have you had? That's the big one. The way that you get web development clients is, again, much like you will do kind of other kinds of marketing, is you need to identify what kind of clients you want. If you're just starting out, you, like what I did when I was first starting out with web design, and that is I just built websites for everyone that I knew that would let me for free, and then for very cheap. And then I built up a portfolio, and then I was able to go to people and be like, hey, look at these 5 or 10 websites that I built. Would you like one as well? They're XYZ dollars. And it went from there. The best place to start is tapping your network, friends, family, acquaintances, work colleagues. I'm not saying that you sell to them directly, but you talk to them and you ask them if they know anyone. Because then you're going to have that element of trust based on people that you know, rather than just pitching cold, where you'll literally just look like a commodity. If you're like, I'm a web developer, and they're like, fantastic, you and 100 million other people are going to do this. So why you? And that's why that local network comes in so handy. Blake, hello, Adam. Are Facebook ads dead? What is your strategy to get good leads on Facebook? So I like this question. First of all, I'm going to take a sip of water. If you have not yet had a chance to hit the like button, that would be amazing. Please and thank you. And then we'll dive right into this question. All right. Like button's not moving, guys. I'm watching it. It's very slow. Oh, I think we got a few. Do do me a favor. It helps the algorithm. I don't know. They tell me we need to do these things. So it's the only price of admission to be here today. Just give it a gentle poke there. Are Facebook ads dead? So despite what you may see in an upcoming video that I release that says Facebook ads are dead, largely, I don't want to call it clickbait, but like to entice someone to click and to get them to watch the video. So Facebook ads are not dead. Nothing's dead, really. I mean, there's always a way to use every strategy. Are there better options? Possibly. But when it comes to Facebook ads, let's clear this up right now. Facebook ads are not dead. We're still using them. They're fantastic. I've got a cool story. I don't want to tell you, or it's not that I don't want to tell you. I have a very strong NDA with any client that I work with, non-disclosure agreement. I'd love to tell you, but I can't give you the name. But let me tell you an example. I set up a campaign last week, 2 weeks ago. It was for a business with a lifetime value of a customer worth, let's say $5,000. So a customer is worth about $5,000 to that business over the lifetime. We set up a campaign using the strategy that I'm going to tell you in just a second. We were able to generate sales for, I think it was $100 a sale. So we spent $100. We collected a sale. We made $7,000. That was with Facebook ads. Now I appreciate I've been doing this a long time, and this is kind of what I live and eat and breathe. So these results are not typical. I do not guarantee this kind of thing. However, it was interesting, both to me as well, because this is such a massive ROI. Like normally we're looking for like 3 ROI, 3-time ROI, 5-time ROI, 7-time would be nice. So spend 100, make 700. That's nice. But like to spend 100, make 7,000. I don't know if we have any math whizzes in the group, but like whatever that ROI is, it's astronomical. So how do we do it? We did it with Facebook lead ads. What we did is we targeted a group of people that we thought would convert. We put an offer in front of them that was clean and clear and simple, and relied heavily on just making a really good offer that was irresistible to the market. Then we put that in front of them using a Facebook lead ad that went to an instant form so we could automatically collect their data. The second that they say, yes, I want this thing, we capture their name, their email, their phone number, and we immediately follow up using an SMS and guide them through the rest of the pipeline. The software I use for that is this one right here. I use this with all my agencies. I use this myself. I recommend and tell everybody to use it. It's fantastic, especially and mainly if you're using these Facebook lead ads and instant forms. Like, I don't know, I think you'd be crazy not to use this software just because it makes it so simple. I don't know what it costs, 100, 200 a month. Like it's not like a cheap free software, but it's really good. And I think with this link here, you get an extended free 30-day trial. So you can give that a shot, but that is the secret. And yeah, they're not dead. Maybe one day, but people have been saying that forever. So Edward, East Coast. Oh, okay, excellent. Oh, I assume we're talking about Ontario then still. We're circling back. Mashok, best way to outreach to e-coms. Well, if you're doing direct outreach, cold email still works as long as you do it well. Cold calling still technically works. I prefer inbound over outreach, like 7 days of the week. But if you're going to do it that way, it can still work. Royalty, greetings from South Africa. Greetings. Good to see ya. All right, let's see. Guy, I am sitting on here. Let's wonder if we can switch it over. We'll get a view out the window. Oh, we won't get a view out the window. It's kind of like, there we go, back there. It's cold. I've got the window open. I had the heat cranked last night, and now it was like a sauna when I got in here. So we're trying to air it out. I'm sitting on a lot of clothing stock packaged, ready to go after working with a rubbish Facebook ads agency. Yes, sadly, there are many of those. Hence my constant cry to master your craft before you start charging people for services. But anyways, should I run a fire sale for Black Friday? Any advice on a good way to sell my stock on Facebook? Yeah, I mean, if your goal is to dump it as quick as possible, then yeah, totally. You can totally do it that way. Fire sales work fine. Try different Facebook ad objectives. What I would probably do is, what would be the best way if I just wanted to dump it quick? I mean, I'd probably set up a couple different campaigns using different objectives for each campaign. So I might run like a straight up conversions campaign with the intention of making a sale. That'd be my number one. I'd probably run like some kind of traffic or engagement campaign. I might run a video views campaign. I'd have a retargeting audience based on meta sources. This is going to get pretty nerdy here for a second, but we're going to get back to the practical stuff in a second. But I'd run a custom audience based on how people interacted and engaged with my ad. So if I'm running like a conversion ad, did they click the ad but didn't complete the form? Did they do this but not that? Then I'd retarget them with either the same offer for this or possibly even a better offer. Following up, I'd also make sure that I had a good cart abandonment sequence in place for people that start the process but don't fully check out. That's the reason I like doing a 2-step checkout with any kind of e-com stuff. Whew, that was a lot. Void, can I get an entry-level job from your course? And also, I'm considering the Google Digital Marketing course from Coursera. Is it worth it just for the certificate? So, I don't think the certificate is worth it from anything. Businesses and people that are going to hire don't really they might like a certificate maybe, but they don't know what the difference is anyway. So it might look okay. What they're really interested in is results and what you've done and all of that. So the best thing is first of all, yeah, you can definitely get an entry-level job after going through the course. Totally. In fact, that's probably what I'd recommend. If you're intending on going into this field, you should do this thing. Biased again, obviously, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt here, but it's that's the reason that I put it together, is to give you the foundational knowledge that you need to have this stuff, and you'll be miles ahead of anybody else that's just hoping to do it. But it's step 1. It's not step 2, 3, 10. People always think that one thing is going to solve everything for them, but that's kind of like going through, I don't know, taking a course like a grade 3 math course and then expecting to be a master at math. It's well, you need grade 4 and you need 5 and you need to keep studying. And you're going to need to learn on your own after that. Also, you're going to need to put all of this into practice and start building up a portfolio of results. So doing marketing for yourself, for other people, for anyone else that you can to allow you to showcase your expertise. Okay, comms team. Is keyword and interest targeting the best way to target with YouTube ads? Yeah, best way? So they're very different. Keyword and interest targeting, it was kind of like affiliate. I'm blanking on the name. What are they called? Whatever the interest is of the group of people, it'll come to me later. They're all different, right? So I don't know if there's a best way. That said, the easiest way is probably keyword placement, because you just type in keywords that people are looking for. Bonus ninja level hack here. Use negative keywords as well to exclude terms that you don't want to rank for. The fastest and cheapest way is probably placements. So choosing the creators or the channels or the videos that you want to put your ad on. That's typically cheaper. Okay. Jibril, hello from Nigeria. Hello, Jibril. Good to see you here. And Lesego Bogatsu, hi from South Africa. Oh, we got a couple people from South Africa. That's fantastic. All right. Mohammed, hello, Adam. I just created a business. How do I market it on Instagram with organic marketing? So I'm not sure you're going to like this answer, but my advice is possibly look at other channels instead. If you're going to do organic Instagram marketing, then there's only one answer, which is Reels. So make Reels and lots of them and look at other people in your space and make more of those. But see if you can find another channel or platform as well to diversify your risk. And possibly have a better interaction with your audience. All right, Leaf, I own a video production company and want to target local trade service-based businesses. Should I go old school and knock on doors? Yeah, trades are awesome. I like trades. The thing with trades, and in my experience, is they're that will probably work okay. If you can stop by either go door knocking or stop by different job sites or bring coffee and donuts and just basically make that kind of introduction, that's perfect. The other thing you can do is start putting together some kind of a promo reel, and then you can send that to them either direct mail, you can send it to them cold email. Obviously don't tick people off. Make sure to space things out accordingly. But yeah, I'm not against any of those. Anytime you're able to leverage face-to-face interaction, highest form of trust building and communication available to you. Also something that not a lot of people are willing to do. So if you're willing to get told to F off or whatever, most people aren't that rude, but if you're willing to take that and have a thick enough skin, yeah, in-person stuff, amazing. Okay. Vib Hook. Oh man, we're testing my pronunciations today. This is good. I think I'm failing miserably, but greetings from India. Greetings, my friend. Suba Deep. Adam, can you please tell a strategy on how to increase sales of a local departmental grocery store? Yeah, if I want to increase sales, again, local, got a lot of local questions, which is fascinating. Like, to me, there's kind of two strategies that I like using most with local businesses. One of which is SEO. And the reason that I love SEO for local businesses is because once you've got it done, it's relatively inexpensive in regards to the return on investment that it generates. So if you can rank and get a website ranking and it costs you $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month, $10,000 if you're in some crazy, ridiculously massive city, but like, let's say around $1,000 or $2,000 a month. But by being on that first page, by being in the top 1, 2, or 3 listings, you're going to get exponentially more clicks. And if your website converts and your offer converts, I mean, that can generate millions in additional revenue. So I like that one, obviously. The second one is locally targeted Facebook ads. I don't think they need to be lead form ads here as much. I think you can run like a video view campaign, basically anything to get your message in front of people with some kind of an offer that's appealing to them. The key is if you've got a departmental grocery store, you're going to need to rotate your creative a lot. So this week we have this on sale. This week, this is available. This week we have this. This week we have this. And I'd keep it pretty much straight up promo related. Whew. Okay. Adam, how would you go about making video shorts content if you are a beginner? Awesome. I would, two things. Number one, I would script it out verbatim. So the average person speaks at around 150 words a minute. I'm trying to slow down, but I probably still speak at around 180 words a minute. But let's say 150 words a minute. So that's 60 seconds of content. Let's cut that in half. Let's say we're going to test a 30-second short /reel/TikTok, because I want you to leverage these across all the platforms anyway. 30-second short is now 75 words of content. So all you have to do is write 75 words. I'd write them out in one-sentence paragraphs. Like, are you an XYZ who needs this thing? All right, today I'm going to show you this thing here. Look, let me talk to you about this thing here, whatever it is. Then I go through my content. I script it all out. I record it either all in one go if I feel comfortable with it, or I record it in different takes. So I kind of memorize the first couple sentences, say them, memorize the next couple, say them. Then I edit it. Cut, paste, do whatever it is, and post. Now, how do you do this? On your phone. Like, your phone's amazing. It's got 4K. It's got all the editing tools available. If you even like Google apps for video editing, you'll find like a million of them. You can just choose one that you like. I don't really have a preference right now for which one works best, but that's it. It's like you can do everything. You could even do it directly in platform in many cases, but I'd prefer that you actually do it through some kind of third-party app, because then you can actually save the short, upload it natively to TikTok, upload it natively to Instagram, upload it natively to wherever else that you want to without that little watermark. I know there's software that can delete the watermark. It's not as efficient. So that's the secret. Then next secret. My guess is the first time you do this, it's going to take you 45 minutes to an hour to do one. That's how it goes. I would like you to do one a day at least. Your learning curve is going to like skyrocket. And by the end of the week or 2 weeks, you're going to be getting these things done in like 30 minutes, then maybe 20 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes by the end of it. But ideally you're going to be shooting for like 1 a day. If you can get to 2 a day, even better. On that note, we see diminishing returns at around 3 a day. So even if you hit that point, you might want to taper off. Kevin, morning, my friend. Good to see ya. Clayton Winter, good morning from Winnipeg. Good morning, Clayton. I grew up in Winnipeg. Which part? Which neighborhood? I was in Charleswood and White Ridge. And it's October there. And I have memories of going out trick-or-treating as a little kid in like 18 snowsuits and freezing to death, trying to get that candy. Roy, good morning, Adam. I would like to ask, what is the usual click-through rate for Google Ads? Oh, I like this question. It's I'm going to have to give you a terrible answer. I'm sorry. There is no usual one, because it's going to depend on the industry and the ad and all of that. I mean, like if you're getting 3%, 4%, 5%, cool. Keep going there. If you're getting like 0.5%, something needs to change. Targeting keywords, the copy around it, but like it's going to vary. What I'm more interested in is like, well, what's my cost per lead or my cost per acquisition on the back end? Because I'm happy to have a terrible click-through rate, but be dominating and getting amazing sales from it. On the other hand, if I have like a 50% click-through rate and nobody's converting, which is easy to do if you just have hey, click this and get a free car. Google's going to shut that down obviously pretty quick, but hopefully that clears that up. Sick hacks. Hey, Adam, can you make videos about Pinterest ads for drop shipping business? So I don't know if you're going to like this answer. And the reason that I'm going to say probably unlikely is because I don't run a lot of Pinterest ads, like at all. I dabble with them a little bit and I look in and I stay up to date and all of that, but they're not my favorite. I don't really like them that much. So I'd rather not encourage when I believe there's other options available, especially when it comes to drop shipping. So drop shipping, we could talk about that another day. I think it's an amazing business if you're just getting started and you want to learn some things. From a long-term perspective, I'm always concerned of businesses that are based purely on arbitrage, meaning buying something cheap, selling it for more expensive. I know that's kind of the concept behind most businesses, but I like to have a significant competitive advantage and something that I have control over. So if my business is based on drop shipping, which is kind of out of my control depending on suppliers and costs and competition, as well as Pinterest ads, which again is say I don't want to call it totally subpar advertising. It can work. Some people get great results with it, but it's like I'm already in a very risky situation. So hopefully that made sense. How effective is targeting other relevant videos on YouTube for ads if the market is niched and there isn't a huge viewership on those videos? Yes, exactly. So this is kind of like a follow-up to the previous question about targeting, placements, YouTube, best objective, etc. So it's cheaper, right? Like if you've got a very niched audience, I mean, if the audience is niche, then you're kind of like your TAM, your total addressable market. It's like, it's going to be smaller anyway, right? So do you want to only appeal to those people? Because if so, then yeah, placements are going to work fine and keywords are going to work fine and all of that. If you start going too broad though, you're going to end up getting all these people clicking your ads that are just never going to buy because they're not interested in it. Let me know, I don't know if I'll be able to get to it at the bottom, but let me know what the industry is. Like when we're talking niche, how niche. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people think that they're in like the world's smallest market. I'm in like, no, like I'm the only one. There's no one here. I'm blazing a new path. And then I'll like Google how big the industry is. And I'll be like, oh, it's $67 billion last year. So often people underestimate. That said, I could be wrong. So let me know. Noor, if I've got $1,000 to spend promoting a new service, would you just spend it on commercials or social media posts to try to get more likes and followers? Oh, I like this question. Excellent question, Noor. I would never. So let me tell you what I would not do. I would not spend it to try to get likes and followers. Full stop. What's the nice, like friendly, people pleasing way to say this? It's like I despise, I hate from the deepest part of my soul, spending money to acquire likes and followers. I think it's the single biggest waste of money in the entire history of the world. Mostly because, as we saw, maybe this is just because I'm an old, haggard veteran of the marketing space now, but like back in the day, we used to build up these massive Facebook pages because we got all the free organic reach, and then Facebook stepped in and they're like, hey, we do ads now. So they took away all the organic reach and then we had to pay, which I didn't mind, but everybody lost their minds over. So that just happens. And organic reach, I don't want to say is dead, but it's pretty hurting in most platforms and channels. So I don't like that. What I don't mind though, is if you're running highly targeted ads with a very specific offer to a group of people that are likely to buy with a good offer, good ad, all of that in, and then likes and followers come as a byproduct of that ad. I'm totally cool with that. If I had $1,000 though, I would spend it on content creation, probably through social, and I'd try to find a way to do it as cheaply as possible. So my goal here would be, I don't say this a lot either, but like here would probably be way more quantity than quality because I need to figure out what hits and what resonates. So I don't want to spend $1,000 and get like a really nicely polished ad and run it once and then that's it. I'd rather get someone to be like, let's make 100 pieces of content at $10 a pop. Or 200 pieces of content at $5 a pop through Fiverr, Upwork, or some kind of freelancer, all kinds of different graphics and videos and whatever else I can do myself. Then I'm going to promote that on whatever social media platform I think is best. I think we can do it organic to start. There we go. Otherwise, I try to make sales, then I take that money and I reinvest it later. I don't talk a lot about that, but that really is my secret to growth. What I do anytime that I start a new business is I'll immediately take like, first of all, I go get sales. Got to make sales. If nobody's buying, you have no proof of concept. Your business is just dead in the water anyway. So make sales. Then I take a staggeringly large amount of the revenue percentage, the generally agreed upon theory in marketing is like 5 or 10% of your revenue should go to marketing. I'll take 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80. I'll take everything I can that allows the business to still survive and pay the team in that. And I'll put that back into marketing. And this creates kind of this like perpetual kinetic, perpetual motion machine where, let's do easy math. Say the business makes $100,000 a year and I take 20% out. I've now got $20,000 to spend on marketing. Then it grows. Next year, I take the same 20% out, but now the business is at $500,000. Well, now I've got $100,000 to spend on marketing. Next year, it's at $1 million. Now I've got, what are we at? $200,000 to spend on marketing. And you start to create this gap that no one is going to be able to touch, because it's hard for somebody to come into the space and be like, I'm going to spend $200,000 on marketing. That's insane. But if you've been slowly building up to it, it's kind of like giving to charity or investing or whatever it is. It's like, this is a muscle that you can build up over time. Whew. Okay. Like button, hit break, quick water. We're going to start calling that. I'm going to put up like a graphic on the screen. Hit the like button as I sip some water, and we'll carry on. All right, Baz, very camera shy. You and a lot of people, my friend. That's very common. A lot of people are very camera shy. And what content can I create for YouTube without my ugly mug? Don't you be so mean to yourself. Beautiful person, you. Don't talk like that about yourself. For instance, selling 5K kids climbing frames. You can do a lot of stuff, I think. First of all, I would encourage you to get on camera anyway. Find something that makes you feel as comfortable as you can possibly feel. That's it. Like the point is, it doesn't matter where you're starting from. Those first videos are so awfully uncomfortable. I wish I could tell you otherwise. It's awful. My first video, I had to change my shirt. I was so sweaty, like just miserably sweaty, and it was freezing. I was just like, I don't know. People must have thought I was like just dying of something. But like, also the video's blurry. Also the audio only came out of one side. Like I just did everything wrong. It took me like 4 hours to get like a 3-minute video. Oh, it was a horrible experience. So that was me. So yeah, it's a skill that you can learn and develop. Also, practice makes perfect. So you can always record. That's what's nice about doing pre-recorded videos, is that you can record the video and delete it. You can practice without even hitting record. Like there's a lot of things that you can do to sort of get that confidence up, but I think you're going to be just fine. So I would like you to be on camera. You're going to sell more. So if you like money, that'll work. The second thing is you can probably still show a lot of like B-roll and things like that of the climbing frame, of the like all the elements of it. If you're going to have kids in the content, you have to be careful. There's certain guidelines and things like that, but obviously you're going to need to show kids climbing it. So just make sure that there's like, what I try to do is I try to like, anytime that I have to put kids in a video, I keep it as safe as humanly possible. I've got them in like jeans and sweatshirts and maybe at a distance. I try to keep things like just the craziest thing, thinking that anyone is going to come in here and shut this down for any reason, because we have to protect children. The internet is a scary place. So obviously things to keep in mind, but yeah, I think you can do fine. I'm going to push back on you on that one. You're going to make more money if you do it. So I want you to make more money. David, what is your opinion of AI in marketing? What is your prediction of AI in marketing? Yeah. So my opinion of AI in marketing is that it is a useful tool that you can leverage to make your life easier. My prediction of AI in marketing is that we're still a long way away from where it's going to become a thing that everybody uses, like to do all of their marketing. I don't think we'll ever hit that point. It's the same reason I don't think we'll ever have like fully artificial intelligence operated airplanes. Like if something goes wrong, you want a human being there. And with planes, at least, you probably want 2 human beings in case something goes wrong with the first human being. So I don't know if it's ever going to take over in that sense. That said, AI is already here. That's what algorithms are. That's it's already here. So how do you use it and how do you leverage it? That's a whole other story. I think there's always going to be a place for a human to think more creatively than a machine. And by always, I mean like the next 10, 20 years. I have no idea what the future is. Flying cars, spaceships, Jetsons style stuff. But it's like, for the time being, the ability to think strategically and creatively and like look through things, that's going to be valuable. Also, I can tell you with 100% confidence, I have tried most of the expensive, sophisticated AI copywriting tools out there to really give them a chance to be like, write an ad, write a headline, write this. And I've yet to have one that I was able to like copy and paste and use. Every single one has needed tweaking and massaging and like finessing to make it work. And that is where the money is. To give you an example, there was an ad that I wrote many years ago, and I added one extra word and it changed, I can't remember the exact number, but it like changed our cost per lead from $2 to 50 cents because I added one word. I don't know if an AI can do that yet. So you're going to have to know your market in that. We're getting there. We're getting closer. Kind of cool. Hey, Adam from Saginaw, Michigan. Excellent. Any suggestions? Small congregation starting daycare. What marketing venue should we start with? Suggestions, ideas. Cool. So this is similar to Baz's question about kids in that, like a video of kids playing and all of that, I think is beneficial. Like what people do when they're looking at marketing and advertising, when it's good marketing and advertising, is they're imagining themselves in that situation. They're visualizing themselves with their kids there or doing that thing. And that's why we have ideal customer avatars. That's why we have personas and target markets. That's why we use images and videos of people that look like the people and talk like the people and dress like the people that we want to attract, because it makes it easier for them to visualize themselves in that situation. So that's our high level strategic stuff. Tactically, man, because you're in again, we're talking local area here. It's hard not to recommend like Facebook video ads that target the local area. It's hard not to recommend. It's funny, I bashed Instagram a lot earlier, but it's probably hard not to recommend Instagram in this case, mostly because I'm willing to bet that the congregation, the target market that you're trying to go after, the moms who are likely to be the purchasers of this service are going to be on Instagram, probably Facebook as well. So those would be my big players, Facebook and Instagram. And then I would ask the moms, this is where you're going to do some like boots on the ground market research. Hey, what's your preferred social media network? Facebook, Instagram. I might ask a couple others, Pinterest, YouTube. You're going to find it's going to be like all Facebook and Instagram. And then I'd be like, which one do you spend the most time on per day? Facebook or Instagram? And then there you have your strategy. Okay, close hanger. Do I have any insights about Poshmark live bidding sales? They are selling for cheap and I don't see the benefits, but I see they are getting rid of stuff faster. What's your thoughts? I'm not familiar with this Poshmark live bidding sales. Like an auction, I'm assuming. Again, I'm massive assumption here because I'm not familiar with that term, but it's like, if it's an auction, then yeah, they either have minimums or they're happy to just fire sale stuff. And Elon firing everyone. Yeah. So we're talking about Elon's acquisition of Twitter and what that means. Yeah, there's always that possibility. We'll see. We will see. Alicia, I love your advice and energy. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The advice is just from experience and the energy is just because I'm super nerdy about this stuff. Rafi, best way to learn Facebook ads today? Yeah, I've got a recommendation. Let's see if I can find it. Hang on one sec. It would be, I think it's this one. I wonder if I can type that in. Yes. Okay, I can. So let me open this thing. Here it is. Ad. So if you go to this website, it is my friend's course. And I think it is the best one for what's working right now. So if you want to self-taught and you want to learn like how to run Facebook ads, check that out. If you want to like self-teach yourself and just run it through an agency, trial and error is going to be decent, but obviously do it for yourself or whoever you're running ads for. Make sure that you're very open with the fact that you're just learning this stuff and you're willing to do it for free/cheap, in which case I've talked about this one before, but this is the software that I'm going to recommend you use because the high level one there down there, because again, that just links up really well with instant forms and Facebook lead ads. So those are good. Otherwise, there's a lot of good stuff on YouTube as well. So my channel will show you things. There's other channels that you can learn from. If you just Google them, find someone else that you like. A lot of good stuff. The problem there is that it's typically not as structured from like A to Z. There's going to be like bits and pieces everywhere. So you're still going to have to put in a bit more stuff. Justin, what is your favorite digital marketing role? It's changed over the years, my friend. It's changed. Now, only because of the experience that I have, it's more of a strategic role. So I really like coming into a business and a brand and like looking at all of the pieces like a chessboard. So we've got our pawns and our rooks and our knights and our queen and our king and like all of the pieces, and then arranging them strategically for like maximum domination. That said, it was only say 4 years ago that I finally hit that level after like 7 years of ridiculously long work days and studying that, where I finally was like, I think I get it now. I get all the pieces. So before that, ads were huge, content was huge, copywriting was huge, video, like I've always pivoted and found different areas that I think are incredibly interesting. So for me, it's still the strategy. I think if there's a skill that is worth learning for anyone, the hardest one to learn is probably copywriting. Like, how do you write words that get people to take action? It's probably the hardest, but also the most valuable skill that you can learn, because then you can apply it to any area of marketing. Leaf, if I were to sell a franchise, what pain points would I address? If I was to sell a franchise, so again, if we're selling a franchise, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get in the head of the buyer of the franchise. Like, so who buys a franchise? Well, it's somebody that wants to own a business, but they probably don't know where to start. They have capital or access to capital because franchises are expensive. They are looking for like a templated system. So they have a certain level of risk tolerance, but not a crazy level of risk tolerance where they're willing to just go out there and just like pioneer the whole thing. So those are the pain points that I'd go after. Again, it's about being really empathetic. I'm always trying to put myself in that person's shoes. And it almost sounds kind of creepy, but it's like, I try to like get right into their thing, and I'm looking at the world through their viewpoint, and I'm like, what are they thinking? What are they doing? What's keeping them up at night? What are the conversations they're having? What are the thoughts and the concerns and the objections? And then I try to map them all out. The other thing you can do is I would look at Google, Amazon, and I'd type in like how to buy a franchise, what to look for when you're buying a franchise, selling your franchise. And I'd read all of those books because it's big money here. It's worth the 40 hours of reading time that you're going to have to do, but you're going to see the exact words and the phrases and the terms and all of the things that come up again and again and again. Rafi, do I have a marketing course, or maybe you will create one soon? Right there, my friend. That is the one. Check it out. All the information on it is available there. What else have we got? Caleb, my friend with the funny face glasses. I like it. Hello from Vermont. I think that's Vermont, right? Hello. And if I remember correctly, you pointed out that my favorite brand of socks, Darn Tough, I think was from there as well. Hello, Adam. How would I go about making a short? I think I answered that already. Get your phone, script it out, record. So if you want more details, circle back, but I definitely answered that one. What do I feel are the most... Oops, let me close that down. We got all this stuff up. There we go. Hey, Adam, what do you feel are the most important for improving skills for a new SEO account manager? So are you doing SEO, or are you managing people that are doing SEO? So if we're talking about management, then obviously you're going to have to leadership, talking to people, things like that. That said, you do have to know about SEO. So the most important skills, it's funny because like SEO, I feel once you've acquired the baseline skills, so like on-page optimization, how to set up URLs, titles, keywords, meta descriptions, structures, interlinking. Like once you've got that down, which is not rocket science, the hard part then will come from like link building offsite. So it's basically understanding and mastering the tool that you're going to be using. SEMrush, Ahrefs, Majestic, Moz, whatever tool that you want, SE ranking, and then really learning the ins and outs of that software, and then how to apply it to do link research and to acquire the necessary backlinks for the business. So yeah, I mean, learning SEO and mastering SEO, hopefully that gave you enough of an idea, but like, yeah, there's a decent amount of skills involved, but it's definitely not rocket science. It's one of those things that seems so crazy complicated, but once you know the basics of it, yeah, you'll figure it out. Hector, any recommendations to sell online courses? Oh, so many. So my view on this has changed recently. Let's go here. We got a few minutes. Let me answer this one. I want to get to a couple others before we wrap it up. So I'm going to make this quick. I've made a lot of courses over the last 10 years, like Facebook ads courses, content marketing courses. and courses that I spent 3 months, 6 months, years sometimes, like crafting and finessing and bringing in experts and making the best course that I could possibly make. And none of them have compared to the success of the Digital Marketing Academy that I have now. This has become my most popular course I've ever sold. It has the best reviews, the best ratings. More people have gone through it than any other course combined. Why? I think it's because of the audience size. And I wish I could say it's because of superior copywriting. I wish I could say that, like, if you go check out the sales page, it is a good sales page. Like I wrote it it took a long time to write it. I had people come in and help. We did everything we could to make it give everything that we thought needed to be on there. But I think it just comes down to the audience size. It's like I was able to put a relevant, irresistible offer in front of enough people that led to the sales being where they're at. So tips to sell online courses, content, audience building. It's funny. It's like if you asked me 10 years ago, like, should I build an audience or should I make sales? It would have been like, make sales, just go out and make sales. And today, because of the changes in media, because of the changes in algorithms and where the future of content is going and all of that, I still believe you need to make sales. Otherwise you can't eat. So sell your services and your products or whatever it is. But audience building and relationship building, that's the $1 million/$1 billion ticket. It's like giving as much value and helping as many people as you can, knowing that it comes back. You don't know how, you don't know when, but it comes back. So long, weird answer, but that's been the secret. It hasn't been through Facebook ads. It hasn't been through anything else. It's been through content and audience building. Abdu, how are you? I'm amazing. Thank you very much. I'm doing fantastic. Leg is still broken. But I'm going in to see the surgeon next week, and hopefully they let me put weight on it. Ruptured my Achilles tendon. For anybody who's not familiar, not a lot of fun. How can Go High Level work with e-com clients? Fine, take a look. Do the free trial and see. Leaf, if you just started a business, would you run ads even with no revenue? No, probably not. And the reason is because unless, there's a caveat, unless I was doing it with the specific intention of testing which messages resonated with the audience that I'm trying to get in front of. So if I had a very good idea of my target market and what they were interested in, and I had a really good irresistible offer, I might run ads to try to bring in some cash. But I'd be fully aware that, like, running ads is it's a skill and it's going to take time to optimize. So how much money am I willing to spend before I learn that skill and crack that code? It's my opinion that you don't need to run ads before 10, 20K a month. Like, you just don't. You can do it through organic. If you don't have revenue, your first priority needs to be on making sales. So that's it. Like, whatever you can, talk to everyone. Good old sales. Okay, let's see if we can get a couple more, and then I've got to run for family time. Let's see. James. A trending marketing tactic I've noticed is virtual event marketing, summit, challenge, workshop, webinars. What would you say of this? I would say that it is, it's not so trending. It's been around forever. Like, virtual event marketing is been here for a long time. Summits, challenges, webinars have been around since I've been doing digital marketing, like a long, long time. So they still work. They're not my favorite way to do marketing. I think they're better for people that are, like, brand new to sort of get in and start doing it, whether you host the summit yourself or you take part in another summit. So I don't tend to do a lot of them. That said, summit typically involves, like, a whole bunch of different people. Challenge typically involves, like, a 7-day thing. You get people into a group, you deliver a lot of value. I think those still work great. Workshops and webinars, I think, are still fantastic. They're incredibly powerful, right? Because if you can get somebody to sit down and give them value for 45 or 60 minutes or longer, you just build an incredible amount of trust and rapport and all of that. Okay, let's do one more. I'm going to see if I can find one more that I think will help the most amount of people. And then we will run here. Thoughts on marketing in the metaverse. I'll scan over that real quick. Not particularly. It's still too new and not enough people are using it, so I don't love it. Maybe we'll later. This is interesting about education. I might be able to answer two more here. Could you please discuss about MBA in marketing or MS in marketing? So Masters of Business Administration or Masters of Science in marketing. If your goal is to do marketing, I don't think you have to, or I don't think it's necessary. I don't even think you necessarily want to. So yeah, I'd probably pass on that one. Okay, and we got a super chat. So let me see if I can add K here, or Kel. Is that an I? I think it's a K-E-I. K. So wonderful. Also, I forgot to mention any super chats. Thanks. All of those, all the money gets donated to a local charity that helps feed kids and give them food so they can eat before going to school. So they, education is the key to our next generation of entrepreneurs and marketers. So thank you for feeding kids. Okay. So final question. Could you please recommend a strategy to grow our business and how to launch an affiliate marketing program? Laura K, Innovations. Okay. Recommend a strategy to grow our business and launch an affiliate marketing program. So this is tricky, right? Because it's like a strategy to grow your business is going to depend on the business and the market and the industry. Here's what I'm going to do. This is going to give you everything that you need, and I'm going to walk you through it really fast. But if you go to adamerhart.com/cheat sheet, you can download this cheat sheet, and it's going to show you the 5 steps of the marketing master plan, which is my go-to system that I use to basically create marketing for any business, from solopreneurs all the way up to billion-dollar empires. I run them all through this. First one is model. What's your model? Your pricing? What are you offering? Why is it different, better? Next is market. Who's your ideal customer avatar? That perfect person that's the best fit for you. Message. What are their pains and problems and fears and frustrations? How are you going to be able to address those through your content, through your offer? Media. Where is that target market? Present and active, online and offline. How are you going to go there? What kind of content are you going to create? And then machine. This is the strategy essentially part that you're looking for. It's the marketing funnel. For that, what we do is we take the end result, the sale that we want to do, and we reverse engineer it all the way through to someone first learning about you. So to make a sale, well, do they need to go to your website? Do they need to have a phone call? Do they need to do whatever it is? And then you work yourself all the way backwards. Well, if they need a phone call, well, how do I get them on the phone? Okay, they watch a webinar. Well, how do I get them on the webinar? Well, I need content. Well, what kind of content do I need? And we just step back and back and back and back. So hopefully that gives you enough of an answer. And I've got one more super chat. We're feeding kids. I'll do one more, but then no more super chats. I'm gonna turn this off. We gotta stop it. I gotta go feed my kids. Japan Styles. Thank you. What do I think about LaunchPeer? I've recently joined and I think I've made an expensive mistake. I don't know LaunchPeer. So I can't comment. So I wonder if I can Google it real quick. It reminds me of that, what is it? Arrested Development, where he's like, I've made a huge, tiny mistake. Let's find out what this thing is. Go from 0 to square one. I have no idea what this is, nor have I heard of it. That said, let me tell you about, first of all, I've made a number of very expensive quote unquote mistakes in my career by joining programs or courses or things like that I could have neither afford or whatever. There's a couple things that you can do. Number one is all of these are stepping stones to get you where you need to go. So I wish there was a way to say that we never make mistakes and every decision we make is perfect and I've only ever invested in the best things possible. But that's simply not the case. That said, my perception of courses and training and mentors has changed dramatically over the years. What I'm looking for now is one good idea, one spark of inspiration, one strategy, one tactic, one thing that I wouldn't have thought of. And then it's worth it because that idea today compounds over time. So if you can learn just one single new strategy, you can then compound that over time and make a significant amount more money. Plus now you're going to be better prepared to, well, why did you maybe buy it when we shouldn't have? So there's a lot of things that can come out of it. The second thing is that I'm a big advocate and fan of all the things. So people often ask me, even with the course, they're like, Adam, should I buy your course? Is it going to be the one thing that I need and then I'm the master forever? And I was like, I wish, but no. Here's what you're going to need to do. Here's what I do. Now, you don't have to do exactly what I do, but just for context, I buy all the courses. I buy all the books. I read the books. I hire the mentors. I go to the seminars. I take the programs. I do the workshops always. And I'm always looking for that one gem because I know that one gem provides exponential returns. So mistakes equals learning. You got it. I wish there was a faster, better way, but that's it. All right. We got a message from the family. They're saying, hey, come on in. Kids are up. Everyone's ready for pancakes, which means I got to run. So thank you guys for being here today, for all the wonderful questions, for joining me this fine Saturday morning. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video next week on, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday when the next one comes out. And also, hopefully we can do this live again. Close hanger, my pleasure. Oh, you guys are too kind. It's been a blast. I appreciate all the great questions and super pumped. So thanks so much. Have an amazing week. We'll talk to you soon.